X-Men Apocalypse is a 2016 20th Century Fox motion picture and the sixth film in the immediate X-Men franchise, but if you count the Wolverine movies, it's the
Don't do that.
ninth film? Is it the ninth film?
Don't do that. No.
Eighth.
No.
X-Men, X-Men 2, X-Men Last Stand,
yeah.
X-Men Origins Wolverine, X-Men First Class, The Wolverine. X-Men. The Wolverine is great, apart from that last 15 minutes where it becomes a CGI thingy.
No, it's not.
X-Men, Days of Future Past. Yeah, this is the 8th movie. This is the 8th X-Men movie. And hopefully the last. Okay, so it stars everybody from the First Class group, I guess, with a few newcomers, a few people who stayed on from Days of Future Past, like Evan Peters as Quicksilver, for example. Moira McTaggart's back in the story. We get some new mutants who we've seen previously, but done a lot better this time around, though not necessarily fleshed out, in the form of Psylocke and Angel. We get a new Storm with the Mohawk, yay. And of course, Apocalypse, and Sabanor, played by Oscar. That jacket looks good on you, Isaac. Let's charge right into this one. What we're going to do here is, because we're a bit late seeing this movie, because I've been away, we're going to review it spoiler-free, and then at a certain point, after I've given it our rating, we've decided a rating, we will talk some spoilers. But there's not much to talk about with this one. It's not like Civil War.
Did you say we've decided a rating?
Well, we've decided a rating.
Oh, right,
You do a rating in this. Did you not know? Do ratings
I don't
out
watch
of 5.
your videos.
Oh, what a git. Okay, let's just go straight into it. Let's set the scene. A couple months back, the trailers are rocking out. I think the second to last trailer came out for this movie, and I was still kind of like, I'm on board, man. I'm up for this. I'm up for a bit of X-Men Apocalypse. I enjoyed the last 2 movies, the third and the trilogy. I'm down. It seems a bit bland, end destruction, blah blah blah, everything's dark and grim, which after Batman v Superman I wasn't really looking forward to in a comic book movie, especially after, Deadpool and Civil War. So I was optimistic. How about you? A couple months back.
I saw the trailer and thought...
Just she's crocheting.
It's always awkward.
She's not just ignoring you, she's crocheting.
When somebody's talking on camera, what does the other person do? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Or just look out the window. I don't know. This is more productive. I saw the trailer and thought, oh god, it's another one. It looks exactly the same. Disaster, end of the world, apocalypse. Oh god,
it's in the name, I suppose.
Here come the X-Men to do the same thing they did again. Michael Fassbender as Magneto. Oh, he's had a nice time and now he's distraught again. Oh, and now he's bad, but then he's going to be good again.
I know the timeline's different, but we were saying this, weren't we? Magneto's journey in every movie aside from the original trilogy is basically, alright, okay, maybe I can get along with these humans. Oh no, I can't! I'm evil now. Which is a shame, because when we meet Magneto in his prime later on, in his 70 plus years of age, he's a suave villain. He's a bad guy whose motivation you not necessarily agree with, but you completely understand.
It's made me not like Michael Fassbender.
Michael Assbender.
You've said that every single time.
Baby's arm all an apple. So we've got shame, so we could prove it. Anyway, we've also got a lot of shame. So there's that. Fast forward to now. We saw the movie a few hours ago. We've had a cheeky Nando's and a bus ride since to think about it.
Did you just say cheeky Nando's?
You have to say that's legal. I didn't enjoy myself. I think it was a well-made movie, and I certainly think that there were really good set pieces in it. The opening sequence and the title sequence is superb.
It's amazing.
It's really good, but then after that, I just felt like it was these pockets of brilliance, hampered by some poor casting choices, some storylines for a couple of the characters, and an ending that was inevitable, and I'm not fussed. That's basic thoughts. We'll go into a little more detail in a sec. How about you? What are your thoughts, Mrs. I don't like the look of that movie?
I didn't like the look of that movie. I was not looking forward to this. I was kind of hoping, when we got to the cinema, we couldn't see the showing on the screen when you book in. And I kind of thought, oh, okay, let's watch something else instead. And then obviously it came up and we were like, alright, okay, let's watch it then. Sat down. We enjoyed the... What was the trailer for?
Trailers were awful. All the trailers were awful.
There was something that was...
It was a terrible secret.
Oh no, it wasn't.
A really bad Secret Life of Pets trailer
No.
that's just sort of showing off how wacky everyone is instead of how many gags there actually were or what the story was.
No, it was the studio logos that came up that I found more interesting than the concept of watching this film. And then obviously it started off, and I was like, okay, yeah, that was good. I've got
It had a very The Mummy vibe in the opening sequence.
It did. I liked it. Very The Mummy ride vibe.
Yes. Queen. Yeah. But how did you feel out the back of it? What's your general vibe of the film?
I liked it. What
is this?
What is this? It's not the best film I've ever seen in my life. Nowhere near. It's not even the worst film I've seen in my life.
I went into this
it's medium,
thinking I was going to have a great time, and I came out going, and Lou went into it going, I don't even want to see this. Anything else pop up on the bill on the screen suggestions now, please.
Oh,
but you came out of it going,
as
it finished, you went, that was really good. I really enjoyed that. I was like, are we through the looking glass? What's going on? I don't understand. It's not a joke. That's a cultural reference. It's not like there's a film out this month using that name, but it's a complete bastardisation of the actual work it's based on. However, let's go into a bit more plot specifics. It's the 80s, the X-Men are in their infancy. They're not X-Men anymore, it's just the students, the School for Gifted Youngsters. Xavier's still running the show. McAvoy is, as ever, really good. I like McAvoy's Xavier, I enjoy him. He feels like Charles in a time we've not seen, which is nice. He's a man, and he becomes the legend later. He becomes the stoic, bald, fantastic Patrick Stewart later. He becomes that later. This is the guy who is growing into that. And we've seen that over 3 movies. We've seen his levels of responsibility shift. We've seen him be the cocksure, headstrong. Or is it the other way around? If you can name what film that quote is from, I will high-five you through the computer screen. Or through your phone. Unless you're watching this on the toilet, in which case, wash your hands. We've seen him be like rambunctious and bit of a player, but still understand the responsibility of everything and what mutant kind can achieve as long as it is not, pushed aside. We've seen him be a bit more of a druggie, essentially, and go like, no, forget about it. It's a waste of time. Everyone I love is going to die, and I hate all of this.
70s.
And now he knows what he's doing. Now he has a clear head, a clear, bald head, and he is...
not yet.
And he's on his way to becoming the Charles Xavier we know and love, and it's nice to see McAvoy evolve over the 3 movies. I think he does it rather well. And there's also Lucy's least favourite thing in the world, which he does all the time in First Class. He doesn't do once in this movie. You said there was a bit where you thought you saw him do it. But
no, he did do it. He did it once.
Think about that. That's a performance choice.
I know.
He doesn't have to focus anymore. He can just do it.
I know.
McAvoy is great. As is Fassbender. Fassbender is great. It's the shame he's had to play the same story 3 times in a row.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue about it.
Can't argue about his that's with the Bitburger, like the beer scene when he shows up at the pub in First Class and kills the 2 ex-Nazis.
Now, don't get me wrong, I like Magneto, don't get me wrong. He's just not my favourite in the films.
In all the films? Rewind to the first movie. He's the best thing. Did you notice the recycling? This isn't a spoiler, but they did this in First Class and Days of Future Past. There's a recycling of a bit of dialogue from the first movie in this film.
Shut up, Luna.
In this film, they briefly repeat the exchange of do you ever fear that they'll come for you and your children in the night? That's from the original movie.
Is it really?
Yeah, they've done that in each of the new films, I believe. Fassbender does a decent job, but he's given the same story over and over again. I'm going to have a quick check of the cast list, because I feel like these guys need to have proper shout-outs. I need to do the decency to give these guys the names. Let's talk about the new boys and girls.
So James McAvoy is great. The guy who plays Beast...
Nicholas Hoult, again, great. And it's nice to see when he finally is blue for like the remaining, for the latter half of the movie, it's like, yes! Because Nicholas Hoult is a charming actor. And the thing is, Hank McCoy is not a main character in these movies, really. He's just a supporting character. He kind of doesn't have any development handed to him.
And he really supports you.
But he supports you, babes. He's great at what he does, and he does it so very, very well. But it's nice to see him get blue furry and get in on the action. He's probably got some of the best, brawls. He's got some of the best fighting bits in the film. Yeah. Rose Byrne is back as Maureen McTaggart. First time since First Class. It was great to see her again. She does a good job. Again, not giving too much.
I don't like her in
First Class.
Much else.
Fair enough.
But I thought she was really good in this.
Ty Sheridan as Scott Summers. They finally did something with Cyclops! They did something with him! He got some good development, he got some great lines, he got some great set pieces. I don't mind him in the first movie, But
am I allowed to swear in this?
yes,
He's not a dick. He's not a dick.
Cyclops wasn't a dick until about 4 or 5 years ago in the comics when they suddenly decided they wanted to make him the worst person on the planet.
I'm talking about films. He was a dick in the films.
Yeah, but James Marsden did a good job in the first X-Men movie, and then he was kind of shunted aside for the next two. Quite literally in the third one. But Ty Sheridan does a good job.
Yeah, really, really, really good.
Sophie Turner's Jean Grey, we're split on this, I think. I thought she was the blandest moremonger in the film. I think Sophie Turner is suffering from a case of the Maisie Williams. In that the show that they're involved in has made people believe that they are incredible, when in fact we've only seen them play one character. Yeah. And now that we're seeing them play other characters, their limited range for their age, let's get this straight, she's only like, what, 19, 20? The limited range for their age is now apparent. Hopefully these actors will grow, but Sophie Turner takes the role of Jean Grey and makes her really flat.
I, however, thought she was better than I thought she was. I'm not going to say she's excellent. I'm not saying she's Oscar-worthy. It's not an Oscar-worthy role, but she looked very bland, and I wasn't looking forward to the performance because of Maisie Williams in Doctor Who. But she was better than I thought she was.
Did you know Maisie Williams was in Doctor Who?
Crap.
Maisie Williams was Game of Thrones from Doctor Who.
Game of Thrones, Maisie Williams.
Game of Thrones, Maisie Williams. I just want to reiterate, apparently, she was cast because of the dark side of her character Sansa Stark in Game of Thrones.
Oh, that's not
I didn't see any of that in this movie.
I love Game of Thrones.
Even when you see a flash of it.
But she's not...
Olivia Munn as Psylocke. Olivia Munn is a fantastic comedian, from what I know. And she's given very little to do here other than action set pieces. She's given about 3 lines of dialogue, and that is a shame because it'd be nice to hear a bit more of Betsy Braddock actually speak. Yeah. Psylocke. It'd be a shame to hear more of Betsy. It'd be nice to hear Betsy Braddock actually speak. But she is essentially just one of the 4 horsemen. She's there to kick ass. She does that amicably.
With a broody face. That's
all we can really say about her. Comic accurate costume, which sometimes looks great. Sometimes looks really stupid.
She looked really uncomfortable in it. Of course, I'm not surprised since where it came up. Oh.
Lucas Till's Havoc is back. Great job as always. Made me want to rewatch First Class actually because I loved him in that, especially when he was doing the whole like spinning torso thing First Class to get the beams going and everything.
Do what?
Get the beams going and everything. Get the beams going. Get your Havoc beams. When Xavier says unleash Havoc in this movie, I was like, yes, bitch. Evan Peters
sit up at that point.
Evan Peters is Quicksilver, officially now Peter Maximoff. They're not calling him Pietro because obviously the other guys did that. Great. Quicksilver gets 2 more set pieces, and he's great. He is funny. I would say, however, they sacrifice the actual tone of what's going on to incorporate his comedy.
Yeah,
at one point, which is a shame. It feels like the scene doesn't belong in that moment.
I'm biased because I love Evan Peters.
Yeah, well, fair enough. But he's great as always, and he gets some development, which is cool. Cody Smith McPhee as Kurt Wagner, or as they called him in the Munich Circus, the Incredible Nightcrawler. Again, he's not Candyman Spieler. He's not given a lot to do in terms of character development. He's just kind of liberated and then he's with the team. But he's adorable.
He does very well in going, oh, I've got all these powers, I don't know what to do with them.
He's brave as hell though, because he charges in. They say, Kurt, can you get us there? And he's like, I can try. And he does it.
He does it, yeah. I like Nightcrawler from 2?
X2, yeah.
Yeah. And
now we get him again.
Yay.
This time younger and a little more X-Men Evolution styling.
But was that the first, in number 2, is that the first time they'd met him? So that's a bit timey-wimey.
Well, the timeline stuff is excused away because of Days of Future Past. And Alan Cummings said that he never wanted to go back to it because he hated the makeup. So that's why he was never in X3.
Oh,
he said he hated the makeup process, and then a few years down the line he was like, oh no, I'd return if they wanted me to, because he was probably like, I realise I've missed out on a rather well-paying job there.
Oh, I can't afford my house anymore.
Alexandra Shipp as Aurora Monroe, aka Storm. Again, glorified King of the Cat. Should we let the cat in?
Just let her in.
Oh dear.
It's going to be carnage. It's going to cause carnage.
That's toxin.
Oh, toxin.
Carnage is safe over there. I sacrificed my symbiote as well. Come on, dear. Storm is, again, nothing more than a glorified henchman, but she gets elevated a bit because Apocalypse has a fascination with her. He thinks he can see something of himself in her when they first meet. So, you know, this is the start of, this is meant to be the whole, this is how Storm joins this storyline. And she's fine. She does a good job. She definitely pulls off the Mohawk better than Storm in the comics does.
I'm not a fan of the Mohawk. I don't like Mohawks.
Ben Hardy as Angel. Angel again. They go, hey, last stand, last what? What are you talking about? This is Angel! And you're like, yeah! And then you're like, oh, is that it? Okay.
Oh, you're overcompensating.
Yeah. Cool, I mean, cool power set, visually exciting.
It's very 80s. It definitely put you in the time.
Definitely. And I don't want to say any more characters really because there are spoilers. We'll talk about them later. But I will mention Lana Condor as Jubilee. She has about as many lines as that. About as many lines as that. Jubilee had to have it. Did you even realise it was Jubilee?
What's that?
That's the door in the breeze. We talked about this before we started recording.
Sorry.
I'm not making any edits. Everyone's going to be confused.
Oh no.
So, yeah, Jubilee. Did you realise Jubilee was in the movie?
No.
It was the girl in the yellow coat they occasionally showed close-ups of.
Oh yeah. That's
This movie is the first one since X3 to do the whole, you like these characters, there they are, did you see them? Did you see them? Great, there they are. Which is a shame. It doesn't do it in as insulting a way as X3 does. Because did you know that one of the female henchmen of Magneto in X3, the one who she sort of looked a bit grotty and she had tattoos, and she basically like did power blasts.
Yeah.
That was Psylocke, according to the credits.
Oh yeah, things were pink, weren't they?
Nope.
Oh.
Yeah. See.
I thought they were.
See. According. Luna.
Luna.
Just chewing stuff. According to the credits, that was Psylocke. So X3 just shoehorn mutants in and did the X3 did what X-Men Origins did with Deadpool. It's like, that's Deadpool, you like Deadpool, there's Deadpool. It's like, that's not Deadpool. This film only commits that crime really with Jubilee. Oh, and Blob! Blob appears very briefly, unconscious, on the floor, and doesn't get name checked. So that's a bit of a shame.
Hey, stop that.
And last but not least, I never let a cat in during the review.
Come here, you melon.
Grab her. So sorry about this. Last but not least, Oscar Isaac as Apocalypse. He's the bad guy, he's the main attraction, he's the reason we're here. En Sabinor, the oldest mutant, the one who's existed since thousands of years ago, who assimilates powers by transferring from body to body, who is here to cleanse this world and bring about a new order where mutants will rule, but only the superior ones. He's everything he says on the tin. He's the oncoming apocalypse. He is going to kill us all. And strong mutants will survive. He recruits 4 horsemen.
Stop!
He wants to get rid of my cat out of the room. You know, he wants to do everything. Never get a cat, guys. Never get a cat.
Just don't do it.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not editing, so I'm lazy, but also 'cause it's kind of funny. So yes, Oscar Isaac has to do some heavy acting through heavy prosthetics.
I don't think the prosthetics look that good, to be honest.
No, they look much better than they looked a year ago when they first did the images. And everyone was like, "Why is he all purple? What's going on? Why is it like Ivan Ooze, etc., etc., etc." Which is a movie you've still not seen, and I'll have to show you. But he looked a lot better in the movie. He looked 10 times better in the film than he did in the promo images. Oscar Isaac does a damn good job with what he can. After about the second act has ended, Apocalypse is just powerful baddie with not much else behind him. And that kind of sucks, really.
He obviously is an all-powerful, godlike mutant. He didn't seem that badass at all.
He did it first, when he's melting people into walls and killing people with dust and everything.
He didn't really do anything. Everybody else was
He said he had speeches.
He said words.
He did speeches and stuff.
He said words. He sure did.
Let's wrap it up here because we're doing a mini spoiler section to talk a little more in depth because I know what some of y'all are like. Most of you have already seen the movie. There's one of the characters we didn't talk about, Mystique. I am bored of Mystique.
I'm bored of Jennifer Lawrence.
Mystique, her actions at the end of Days of Future Past have inspired mutants around the world to be a bit more vocal and proud of who they are, which is good. I like how they use that as a story point, but then Mystique is treated as some kind of inspiration and general for warriors in this movie, and that she is not. And I hate to say it, I think it's Lawrence. I think if you gave this to Rebecca Romijn, the original Mystique, she would do it. But then again, part of her appeal was that she didn't speak. She was the silent killer. Do you remember?
Yeah.
She barely spoke. But I think she could handle that a little bit more. Jennifer Lawrence seems to be bored with this franchise.
Yeah, definitely.
And it does show a little bit in the movie. But maybe she's just like, this character's journey doesn't interest me anymore. So maybe we can't blame her. Maybe we can. She seems like a bit of a bitch. So, controversial comment aside, X-Men Apocalypse, I'm going to give it... It's out of 5 stars, by the way.
Okay.
I'm going to give it a... I've never done this before. I'm going to give it a 2.5. I think it was fine. I don't think it's going to change your life if you see it. I don't think you're missing out on anything if you don't see it. I think you're seeing a lot of the same. It's like getting, I said this before, it's like getting a BLT And occasionally these really nice chunks where you've got the bacon, the lettuce and the tomato all together. And occasionally you get these bits where you just get a really tangy bit of tomato. It's like, ooh, I didn't expect that. Ooh, I like it. But then the rest of the sandwich is a little too big on the bread, and no one spread the butter or the mayonnaise all over it properly, and it's just kind of dry and there's not much to it. Long-winded metaphor aside, I think it's fine. 2.5 stars. Don't rush out to see it. Catch it at your leisure.
I mean, do if you want. We can't tell you what to do.
No, it's my opinion. It's a review. They're watching this because they want to hear other people's opinions.
Do what you want. Don't listen to him. If you want to watch it, you go and watch it. And take your bestest friend as well. Like he did. You get that now.
You're stalling. What's your rating?
3.
3! Is that a strong 3?
Not that far.
Is that a strong 3?
Yeah,
strong 6 out of 10?
It's an enjoyable thing. You know, it's definitely a film.
What's the best X-Men movie for you, though?
2.
Yes, X2. Still the best one. Wolverine! Best and only decent striker as well. Yeah. So that's it for the non-spoiler bit. We're going to take a quick minute now to just talk about some spoilers. So if you don't want the movie spoiled for you, click off the tab now. Count down for 5, 4, snicked, 2, 1. Spoiler time. Weapon X is in this movie. There is a brief bit where Stryker arrives, the Stryker from Days of Future Past, and takes them in, and they are held prisoner, and Jean Grey and Scott Summers and Kurt Wagner have snuck along to rescue the mutants who have been contained by Stryker, and while they're doing that, they free a caged animal to help distract. Because, of course, the timelines are reset after Days of Future Past, and at the end of that movie, Wolverine was taken in by Stryker's team. So that's when Weapon X has happened now, which is good. It means X-Men Origins Wolverine never happened, which is great.
Rightly so.
But it also means that the way we remember it from X2 doesn't happen anymore, which means that Stryker is a bit younger and he's never going to be Brian Cox, which is a shame.
Still a bit of a meat.
Yeah, well, he's a bit flat in this. Wolverine looks like he does in his Weapon X kind of like classic comic book thing, with the helmet and the shorts and all the plugs sticking out of him. He is just feral. He doesn't have a single line. He just screams and roars and cuts fuckers up to pieces. Like, he gets violent, and I think the whole thing was attested to say, hey, guess what, the next movie's a Wolverine film, and it's going to be R-rated, so brace yourselves, guys.
Something I did notice, though.
There was also an F-bomb in this movie.
A lot of these people got killed, but there's no blood.
There was blood.
Not much, anyway.
It wasn't splaying everywhere, but there was...
There was a bit of splaying, but not as much as you'd think with the Wolverine.
The Wolverine. Ooh. Well, then you're looking forward to Old Man Logan, then, aren't you? The next movie.
Always looking forward
which
to
got, Which has got...
that sounded horrible.
Which has got Hugh Jackman and possibly Patrick Stewart in it.
Yay, Patrick Stewart.
So, yeah, that sequence is pretty cool. It does come out of nowhere. It feels weird. And it almost feels like that's the bit trying to keep it up during Act 2.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like, oh, we don't really know what to do here. Wolverine!
That's a bit of a fan wank, though.
Yes, fan wank. And there's a brief bit of Phoenix at the end, which you said was quite cool, but it hit me as fan wank and it put me off. It seemed a little too premature.
It seemed that she was obviously scared of the power that she's got,
Yeah.
and that was the power that she has. And
Charles did tell her to let go.
Exactly,
let go.
They don't know how powerful she is, obviously.
I just felt like
that's why they've not been like, oh yeah, let's.
Well, I just felt like he needed a bullet point of Charles just going, "That was incredible. We need to discover more of what you can do." Yeah. Just to hint that I wasn't expecting that. Let's look into it, and this will be great. And because unless they do the Phoenix Saga in the next film, it seems kind of fan wanky and pointless. Sophie Turner doesn't really make it look like something incredible's happening. She just makes it look like she's been told to stand in front of a green screen and pull a bit of a face.
She didn't look like a teenager that had just killed a man.
No, she didn't.
Not at all. That's just dawned on me, and that's a bit weird.
What else? There's a terrible reference to the president, like, yes, Mr. President.
Oh
God.
There's always one
Every
of those,
film.
isn't there? Yes, Mr. President.
Sentinels make an appearance in the Danger Room at the end, which is nice. Nice to see that they've used all the old tech to train with, which is quite cool.
And it was a throwback to, was it number...
Days of Future Past.
No,
number 3 has a Sentinel in the shadows, but it's not a proper Sentinel. That was their way of going, oh, we've done Sentinels now.
In the fighting kind of simulator. They did that.
Danger Room from number 3.
Oh, is that what you meant?
Yeah, number 3, witness a Sentinel. Wolverine's training them, and out of the shadows, a giant mechanical head drops out. But again, that's alright. But that's because that film was just basically going, see, things you like, moving on. It's like, ooh.
I'm crocheting Christmas stuff.
If I nudge you, you might be making a blanket. If I nudge you, you might come up with a good teddy bear. It's not a thing. And last but not least, spoiler alert, post-credit sequence, because as Fox have to do that now, apparently. The Essex Corporation take a hold of some Weapon X DNA. Mr. Sinister. What I like about it is I think maybe me, and this isn't a brag.
No, it's not.
I think maybe me and 3 other people in the whole cinema sort of went, oh.
And the rest of us went, what?
And not in a, what could that be kind of way.
No idea.
There's to do with the briefcase. What does this mean?
I stayed for this.
Do you know what I mean? It's like at the end of AVP Requiem when it's like, we'll pool our resources together. Wayland and Utani. And you're like, oh my god, that's the name of a thing. I don't care.
So, you just killed literally everybody.
Yeah.
I don't care. I don't think anybody cares.
You just nuked a small town.
Because there's nobody left.
Oh, what a terrible movie. But, yeah. I'm guessing Mr. Sinister is next in their plans, but I couldn't care less if we got another X-Men movie.
Well, I have no idea what that is, so I'm just kind of nonchalant.
He's a blue-suited, Dracula-looking mole trucker who is basically a mutant again.
Dracula.
He's not sexy.
Oh.
I'll show you.
No, Dracula isn't sexy, he's just
I'll show you. X-Men, Mr. Sinister. Mr. Sinister, by the way. Here's Mr. Sinister. Here he is. Here's Mr. Sinister for you. Let's see if he's there. You go.
Wow, that is some definite shoulder padding.
So that's the teaser at the end of the movie. But not that. Not that. If they showed that, then people would be like, who's that dude? No, it's a briefcase with Nathan Essex written on the side.
That's ridiculous.
So that's it for my review for X-Men Apocalypse.
What an impractical costume.
If you want to see more from Lou...
He's got boobs.
She is the voice of mystery in our 10 Cloverfield Lane spoiler video. Click her face to see it. That's it from us. Bye.
How do you end these things?
I can't just dawdle and press a button.
Oh, well, I'm crocheting, so I'll carry on doing that.
That's cool. Well, at this point, they can't even see us. There's a graphic up showing
Oh, is
other
there?
things.
Oh,
Yeah.
right, okay, well, that's handy.
Yeah, I guess.
Can I show you this then? What do you think of that?
Why does it have genitals?
Should it not?